Chapter 25, On the Road 5. Malcolm was faithfully waiting at the car park, and so we set off to new adventures out of Airlie Beach, heading north. Surprised by a quickly setting sun once more, we were forced to camp next to a highway on a rest area. A creek was right next to us, and so were crocodiles. But as we weren't the only campers there, we took our chances, hoping the crocodiles would go for juicier people first, or smellier ones. I am still here to tell the tale, so I can report the crocodiles did not have an appetite that night, nor the following morning. A few days of rain followed. We drove into Townsville, shopped for a few necessities, found the place to be not spectacular enough to stay any longer, and left as quick as we came. Some places thrive in the rain and are more beautiful because their character gets emphasized. Not Townsville. Near Townsville was a lookout named Inkerman Hill that was said to be magnificent. We decided to have our breakfast up there. It was so windy that our oats were blown out of the bowl. Needless to say, we didn't stay. Our oats were far too valuable, and a day without breakfast was a miserable day. We continued to Mission Beach and found more rain. It wasn't lovely, drizzly summer rain that one enjoys standing in. No, it was bucketfuls of drenching rain. And with Malcolm only partly waterproof, it was just miserable. So we found ourselves an information center and stayed right there for the day, then camped at a roadhouse. Our gypsy life of driving, eating, sleeping, more driving continued, and we loved it that way, rain and all. The region was tropical now, and the temperatures too. The humidity was high, and even rain didn't cool you down. Showers felt more glorious than before, but the relief didn't last. It took a mere 5 minutes before you felt drenched in sweat again. We got used to the constant stickiness of our bodies. The Atherton Tableland was our next destination. The landscape was a mix of rainforest, wetlands, and savanna. Numerous waterfalls that were so perfectly scenic they could have been movie sets. Stunning. A bird called the cassowary lives there. It is as big as an emu, and it looks so bizarre. Almost like it is wrong in this day and age. It would have looked less out of place in the time of dinosaurs. Their body is black feathered like that of an ostrich or emu, but their head is extraordinary. They have a bright blue face with a bony golden and turquoise crest right on top. And as if this wasn't enough color, all this sits on a bright red neck that can have wobbly bits like a turkey. It's strikingly bizarre. Their claws are razor sharp. Even though these birds are shy, when threatened, their kicks can break human bones. Quite impressive for a bird. Meg was so fascinated by the cassowaries, she even photographed their poop. Granted, it looked very pretty. Half-digested fruit and seeds make incredibly beautiful colors. At every cassowary crossing road sign, we had to stop the car and venture into the bush so Meg could get one more glimpse of this rare bird. She was obsessed. Even though we spent a lot of time indulging Meg's newly found ornithological interest, we made it to Crater National Park eventually. As the name suggests, there are craters. We tested our old school knowledge and tried to find out how deep one is by throwing a stone down and counting the seconds to the impact. But we didn't quite know how to convert seconds to yards, so we gave up on it and instead enjoyed the view. In hindsight, I am not sure if this was ever taught at school, because you cannot convert seconds in free fall to distance falling. There are 2 main crater lakes in the park, both with crystal blue water, surrounded by rainforest. We meandered the park for a while until it got dark, then made camp as usual. Daily thoughts like, oats again? Or, where's the next flushable toilet? Or, can I bathe here, or is there a crocodile? Only occur if you travel like this. No one back home woke up to these kinds of questions. I didn't miss the cozy life at all. In fact, I wish I could go on forever like this. The gypsy life suited my nature, and I felt like I had found my calling. There's nothing more thrilling and nothing more fulfilling than waking up to discover a new place. The line, "Not all who wander are lost," from Tolkien's Song of Aragon certainly was true for me. Kuranda was a little alternative town with a similar vibe to Byron Bay, just without a bay, but rainforest instead. Meg and Sandra were close to the end of their trip, so they bought tons of souvenirs to take with them, like didgeridoos and paintings. I indulged in pie instead. Food had become so special because of our diet. It was limited mainly to oats, potatoes, and onions. So when I did eat something out of the ordinary like pie, it was a day to celebrate. After successfully shopping, more of the daily questions arose. Where's the next free campground? Will we be able to put tents up in daylight? When did I change my clothes last? Do I have enough money for the laundry, or would I rather go to an internet cafe? Those questions vanished as quickly as they arose, because they barely had any influence on us, to be honest. Whether a campground was near or not had never changed our day, neither whether we were dirty or not. We just lived. It was glorious, not a care in the world. Even Tom and Huckleberry Finn would have envied us. We stopped where we thought the world was practically perfect, beautiful, or interesting. We never thought about what the next day would bring, only about what we did at that particular moment in time. And sometimes that was nothing at all. Lying at a beach and staring at the clouds changing shape in the wind as we listened to the soothing sound of the waves caressing the sand. Well, that was more than nothing. In fact, it was everything. Everything you need.